And now it's time for the latest exciting episode of Doz's Television Workshop.
Hello and welcome back to Doz's Television Workshop, where today we're going to attempt to relive a bit of Doz's youth again by looking at this Grandstand Mini-Munchman sort of game and watch type pocket computer game. Now, I had one of these when I was a kid, and yeah, they're worth a fortune now on eBay. A working one seems to be anywhere north of 60 quid. I wasn't prepared to spend that much, so I've bought a broken one. The seller did advise me that it had batteries left in it and it wasn't working. It has, however, got its battery door intact, which is nice. It's a little bit grubby with 40 years worth of detritus in it, but yeah, let's see if there's any life in it to start with. I've got some LR44 batteries, so get a couple of those out, pop them in and see what happens. One. And two. Slide the battery cover off. There is some verdigris on the terminals, it must be said. Just put those in and yeah, utterly dead. Okay. Right, so you can see that on the camera, but there is, where are you? You're there. There is quite a bit of verdigris on that battery contact on the side there. So I think the first thing to do is to get out my new micro polishing pen. Freedom and Passion 3-gear adjustable. It's not. It's got 3 speeds, but they're not geared. 18,000 revs, high speed, no idea. Fast charging technology, well, it might have. Harging protection function. Built-in lithium battery and plug-in. Plug-in what? Yeah, this was cheap. Comes with some sort of stencily things. A set of angry-looking drill parts and some discs. I'll tell you now, it'll never have the torque to be able to cut anything with, maybe paper. There it is. I've charged it up already. It comes with a standard USB charging lead. Interestingly, the USB charging is behind this. This is an Allen key that stores in there that you lock the bits in place with. So that's quite good. So I'm going to want something to get in on that contact there. So let's just have a look, see what we've got. I think something like that one. That one there might just do us. Slot that in the end. Shut the lid on those. Pop them back in the box. And yeah, switch it on. You push once for low speed, twice, 3 times for high speed. And the interesting thing is on this, as you load it down, it does give you a sort of bar graph of load. It's got very little torque. I don't think I want to be going that fast, to be honest. Let's go in low speed. Seems to be doing a reasonable job. Yeah, it's seems to have cleaned that up quite well. Let's pop the batteries back in, see if it's made the blindest bit of difference. And the answer is, oh, yes! Well, this is going to be the world's shortest video. Can you see that? Let me zoom in. Oh, it's gone off again. We were working very briefly. There we go. Well, that's terrific news. So clearly we've got some intermittency in the battery contacts still. But hey, this is good news. I paid £9.99 for this, so I'm quite pleased with my purchase so far. Right, let's just pull it apart and yeah, see if we can't, one, clean the plastics up, and two, sort out the final bits of intermittency. It will just be a cleaning issue now, I'm sure of it. Pop the light back on. There appears to be 5 tiny little screws. Some of them a little bit rusty. It'll have been in some sweaty schoolboy or schoolgirl's pocket at some stage, won't it? I know mine was. Right. Can I ease the case apart now? Or is something else going on? Let's get a spudger involved. Let's have a gentle spudge. It's not keen, is it? I'm very cautious. You know, this plastic's been around for some years now. I don't really want to stress it out too much. There we are. Okay, so we've got the usual squeaker in that side. Here are our battery contacts down here. I just want to disassemble this so we can give the plastics a good clean. Do I need to make note of which polarity is which? I choose to, whether I need to or not, I don't know. So we'll just make that wire there green. It's amazing, isn't it? It's not even a blob chip, it's a proper surface mount package. Crystal oscillator there, look. Presumably some resistor packs, pull-ups or pull-downs or something. Again, that board's held in with clips on the plastic here, so I just want to be a bit easy with it. There we go. I should take the board out. Whether it leaves the display behind on a Tiger connector, I don't know. No, it all comes away as one, look. So we'll clean these little tabs up. And it's the glass that's... oh, it comes out, look. That's a result. I can clean that properly now and give this a good birthday. And that'll look quite smart. And there's 2 parts to that plastic cover there. A rear part, like a gasket. Where are you? There you are. Rear part like a gasket. And a front part with just the game overlay on it. Excellent. Right, I'm just gonna, let's pop these out. Are they all the same? I'd imagine they are. They are. That's good. Let's pop all the buttons out. Give it a proper birthday. Now you can see the plastic colour difference. It was originally that brighter yellow and it's dulled down over the years. I'm not going to retro-bright it. I don't think that's necessary, but I will just get it cleaned up. I'm just going to clean up the game window first. As you can see, there's sort of a line of detritus around it there. It's also a bit scratched. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about that, sadly. But there we go. We can give it a bit of a clean. I'm going to choose some Mr. Muscle window cleaner because it's not very aggressive. So just let that soak in for a little second or two. Let's see if we can clean that up a bit. Oh, that's coming up well. How much muck did we get off? It didn't look like a lot, but on the cloth, but yeah, it's come up nicely. Good. Okay, I should put that to one side for a second. I don't think we ever see any of that gasket. We'll just give it a little mop there. Yep, put that there. give the plastics themselves a bit of a birthday. Yeah, it's looking quite nice now. Put that up there out of the way. Do the same with the back cover. Yeah, it's starting to look a bit better. See if we can get the detritus out of there a little bit. Super. Right, now because I'm a little bit unsure of those contacts, I think what I'm just going to do is, one, I'm going to clean up the rubber pad buttons there with a bit of IPA, and I'm just going to desolder these contacts, and I'm just going to drop them into some white vinegar just to make sure any of that remaining unpleasantness has gone. So let's just look and see how these are soldered on. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Well, they are through hole, but they're mounted from the one side. Note here they are marked on here minus plus minus plus. Of course the negative terminal is the bigger one. So let's just desolder that. Sort of popping and crackling as I desolder it because there's stuff underneath. Leaked battery juice. Right, I'll just get a little pot. A little bit of white vinegar. And just drop those in there. Dissolve away any battery leakage. We'll just leave them in there for a few minutes. Yeah, right. Cleaning of the contacts. So yeah, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Moistened my Q-tip. Get rid of this flux while I'm here. Also any other further battery corrosion we can evict. Right, let's just give these another few minutes just to cook, and then we can start reassembly, I think. Oh, no. One further thing I've got to do. That's to clean the backs of the rubber for the contact pads for the buttons. Might as well give these buttons a little birthday while we're here as well. Right, well these have been pickling in here now for about half an hour. We'll have a little look. But no, they look nice and shiny now. I can see some bits and pieces that have sort of dissolved off, lumps of it in the bottom there. Yeah, they look nice and clean now. So I'm just going to take this out to the kitchen and rinse all that vinegar off. Make sure we haven't got anything left on there that's going to, you know, promote corrosion going forward. Right. Right, those are thoroughly rinsed off. Obviously vinegar is an acid, so we don't want to leave it on there really. Just put the battery contacts roughly into position. Let's solder those ones in first. I'm just going to put the board up on there so it's not against the bench. That one could use a little straightening out. Yep, it's looking pretty good. Right, I think we're ready for a bit of a reassembly. So let's get the buttons back in first. Okay, that looks good. Just want to give another little clean around that escutcheon again. There seems to be some stuff up behind it. Not that we'll ever see it, but a little bit of Mr. Muscle in there won't hurt, will it? I'd hate for some of it to track back out underneath the glass after we've gone to all this effort. There we go. Pop the gasket in. Pop the overlay in. The overlay, by the way, this window at the top is the score, so that goes up that way. Otherwise we will not make any sense of the maze. Clip the PCB back in. Pop some screws back in the board. There we go. Solder the speaker back on. Pop the back on. That's it, back up together. Looking as best as it's going to be. Pop some batteries in and see if we've got a result. Yay! Oh, and the sound's working as well. Ah! Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Click like, subscribe, do all that rubbish, and I'll see you really soon here on Doz's Television Workshop. Cheers now. Bye.
With a gentle hand, he brings them back in line. Every twist and turn makes the magic shine. Cathodes and the crackle of tubes. Amidst the dust, they play nostalgic tunes. Solder smoke and the faint aroma of time in each repair. An art that's so prime. Where wires twist and spark, fix the picture, bring back color in the dark. Screens that buzz, it's magic on display. Old TVs revived in a brand new way. Circuit woes, but we're getting closer. Neon signs, they guide you to the door. Tubes and screens like you've never seen before. Pulses hum as sparks begin to fly. In this tiny shop, dreams are set too high. In Nazi shop, with a touch of love, your picture's clear and true. In Doz's hands, pixels flicker, back to life and stand. Microchips and vintage heart in a world of screens, playing their parts. Circuit boards with stories to untangle. Every wire a promise as an angle. He bends the light through the lens, creating onyx nights. Oscillators, creating sonic waves, bringing back the charm of retro days. Capacitors and resistors. In Dozzy's touch, there's no misfire. Transistors dance to the rhythm of repair. Through the glow, feels like magic fills the air. Voltage pulses, the tune's melodic run. A symphony of sparks, where the work is never done. In Nazi show,